Hello everybody that likes the movie Ninja 3 Domination that was filmed in Phoenix, Arizona. And in this video I'm gonna go out and visit all of the locations today in this year 2026. Where I'm standing right now is where the entrance is to the temple at the end of the movie. And the camera panned from left to right. And this is where the ninja comes out of his car and walks up to the cave. It's supposed to be a cave, but the cave is located the other direction. That's the location of the cave. And you can see the tourists are there. They're all fans of the Ninja 3 Domination movie. So they all went to the cave to try to find a ninja weapon stash. But they're not going to be able to find it because it's hidden well. I repositioned myself slightly south. Maybe this is the angle that they took of everything, so I'm going to repeat everything. This is the city park, so anybody can go here and visit this location. And it's actually a hiking trail. And there's also a road there where the ninja drove that was not paved back in that day, but you are not able to access that with your vehicle. That's the maintenance road for the park rangers. So it's closed off. But you can see the exact location where Ninja stopped with his vehicle, and later Christy stopped with her van to go to the temple, or to go to the cave. See, we get some Ninja 3 Domination fans, and this is where that arch was located at the end of the movie. To the temple, there was an arch before that, and then the temple is up on the hill between the two buttes. But we got some Ninja 3 fans walking up, you know, they want to see the temple too. And surprisingly, it's not an easy hike, because as soon as you start getting up the hill, it gets really steep. So I'm surprised that they filmed right here with all the camera equipment and with all the weight and everything. See, was it a hard hike?
We were just going fast,
Yeah.
so we're straight up this way.
So I'm down on the road where Bad Ninja, played by David Chung, stopped and then walked up, and that's the location of the temple, and it's not where the location of the cave is. Now I'm at the location where the cave was, or is. It's actually a hole in a rock, and I believe the ninja weapon stash is still hidden inside of one of those rocks, but people don't know where it's located. So I'm gonna go up there and see. The entrance to the cave or hole in the rock is located on the eastern side. So they waited until night. So it's all dark, and they would put a light on this side and shine in. That way it creates a feeling of that it is a cave, it's not a hole in a rock. So there's a scene where Christy is entering the cave. It kind of stops, and that's the location there. And what do we have here? We have a real female ninja from Japan that's granddaughter of the Bad Ninja, and she came here and it's taking selfies and sending it to Japan and saying, "Hey, I'm here, where are the weapons at? I need to get the weapons in a uniform and the ninja suit or whatever, and I need to finish the job in Phoenix and revenge my grandfather." So that's it, she's there waiting for all the tourists to leave, all the Ninja 3 fans to leave, to get out of there so she can get to the weapons stash. And I'm about to go there and see if I can find the weapon stash, the ninja weapons that's hidden inside of those rocks. All these Ninja 3 Domination fans came here and they're all in the way. and she's waiting and saying, "What's going on here? Come on, guys, this is just a bad movie. There's no need to be all." See, these are the steps where the bad ninja steps down, see, to get to the weapon stash hidden inside the rocks. He has to move the rocks. So it's all open in this area. And in the background we can see where the those buttes are, where the temple is located at the end of the movie. See, it's way across over there. That's where the temple was. You can see those stairs at the beginning of the movie where the bad ninja walks down to get to the weapons stash. I don't understand all these people that came here and they're just hanging out. They're just sitting down. And now I want to get to the weapons. I want to see if I can touch the rock and it moves and I get to the ninja weapons. A real Japanese ninja weapons, no fake ones. And I'm trying to find a seam, where that hidden chest is underneath the rocks. And I'm unable to do that because all these people are here just hanging out. And I don't know why. But I'm not going to be able to open the rock to get to the weapons anyway because I'm not a ninja. Only real ninja, when it touches the rocks, the cover moves and he or she can get to the weapons. So I might as well just leave. I'm back at the temple location. So the bad ninja climbs down and then goes to the golf course to finish the job, to kill a scientist. The movie starts with a plot hole. There's supposed to be like 30 minutes before this scene, but it was cut. The scene explains why the bad ninja goes to the golf course to kill the scientists, but it was cut out of the movie. So if you don't get to hear why, I'm down on the southern edge of the golfing course. It's still Papago Park. There's a loop that goes around it. And I'm gonna try to access that pond that they use to drop the cop car. And I'm trying to get access to it. I don't see no trespassing signs. See, that's the road that they use with the cop cars and the ninja on top of them. But this fence is kind of old. Maybe they had that fence when the movie was being made and the ninja cut the fence to get in, to hide in the bushes, to wait for the scientists to show up. See, I'm looking for the spot and for the pond. So all I gotta go is from south to north. And I see the golf ball, and I'm gonna try to squeeze it, see if it crumbles like in the movie. But I reached the lake, or the man-made pond. There's only one on the whole golf field. Now we're in the downtown Phoenix, and this is where Officer Sheckard is driving down in his patrol vehicle, and he gets a message over the radio that there's a murder going on the golf field. So he makes a U-turn right here on this street, 2nd Avenue and Adams, and the camera is pointing north. And right next to this, where the camera was positioned, is now a theater that plays old movies from 1980s. And imagine putting a Ninja 3 domination movie in this theater, and then people are watching it and they're like, wait a minute, that's filmed outside of this theater. Then the scene cuts at the intake building of this Papago Park golf course. Obviously that old building is completely gone now. This is how it was in the movie, and then later it was demolished and a new building was built recently. But you can just go there and pretend you're golfing and visit the spot. There's a real eagle right above me. I think the spirit of the bad ninja entered the eagle and it's warning me right now. I'm trying to find the correct angle where the car gets dropped in this pond. It's the same shape. They got rid of all the palm trees or plants for some reason. I'm on the western edge of the golf course now, and there's a loop that goes around the golf course in Papago Park. It's a hiking trail now. And you don't even need to go to golf course. You can just view everything from the west side of it. See, there's a dirt road or semi-paved road that they used for the cop cars running around. That's the scientist. That's the scientist's grandson, I guess, and he's on the chopping block in this movie. Ninja for the extermination. So that ninja needs to get a weapons tonight, and then in the morning he's gonna finish the job. But yeah, but this is the loop where the cop car goes, and the ninja gets on top of it and stabs one and punches the other one. So it's on the western side of the golf course. It's public, so you can go there with your bicycle or hike. You just gotta go there during the winter time. You don't want to go any other time. Yeah, that's the loop, and you can actually see the fence in one of the shots, and that's a Camelback Mountain up there, and then there's a Papago Park this way. That's where the temple is in that butte on the right side, and that's where the helicopter goes behind and kind of explodes. See, they had dirt roads all around this area, and that's what they use with the cop car and the ninja on top of it and things like that. Ninja 4 sequel, The Extermination, there's going to be more chopping. There's going to be more ninja chopping everybody on the golf course this time, you know. You gotta double the violence. And this is our Gambo quail. It's native to Arizona and has a distinct call, like a laughing. It's beautiful to see that. It doesn't really fly that much. Usually it's like a chicken. It stays on the ground and on the tree branches. There's a lot of wildlife around this park with the greenery and the water. But this is one of the washes. All the biggest washes are on the south side of the golfing course. And that's, I think, one of these washes which is used in the ninja drilling in the wash, and cops shooting at the ninja and things like that. And the vegetation changed so much over the years, it's going to be hard or impossible to find the exact location. I'm walking up the two telephone poles that I believe are used in a movie, and I believe this one, I mean this location of the pole, has been used in a movie. The second one from the road, but this one, it looks brand new to me. Looks like they just replaced it. I don't know how long these poles last, but I doubt they last 43 years. interior of Christie's apartment building was demolished in 1990, but the street is still there. Here's the aerial photograph from 1983, and then now we see an aerial photograph of the same place from 1991. Today, there's only that church that is there. The rest is just a parking lot, and I'm just pointing out where the old building was, and in front of on the back of that building, actually, where the exterior shot was made. It's on 3rd Avenue in Monroe, downtown Phoenix, obviously. And then you can see that street. That street is still there. So the back of where the church is, the back street where the church is, some section is still there, like that was on the back of that building back in the day. So I'm gonna walk down this alley right now. It's still there. Where I'm standing right now is where the camera was at the time of the filming, behind that church. So you can see the same street or same alley going to 3rd Avenue. That's the back of the church. Now this is exiting the parking lot or the alley. Now it's a parking lot, but that's the street, that's the alley. Then you go this way, that's the 3rd Avenue, and that's that building. It's obviously renovated and exterior looks different. This is the first floor of the parking lot that it's public. You can go there. Same shot from the first floor, and then the last shot from the last floor of the parking lot. It obviously has a nice view. The location of Christie's apartment was revealed by a man who worked on the set and is credited on the end of the movie as the set guy, Starfields, and he revealed to me the location of the interior of Christie's apartment, and he was located in the building on a 32nd Street and Thomas in Phoenix, Arizona. Building still exists today, and I sent him a aerial photograph from year 1986, and then he marked on the map where the entrance was to the set. So at the time it was some supermarket, then became a Home Depot hardware store. Now it's again supermarket, El Super. So I'm here at the location. I'm gonna go visit the place that he marked on the map to see what's there. El Super te cuesta más. Supermarket is there. Anybody can visit. It's public, obviously, during open hours. Now I'm behind that building, and he said he was like the first entrance, and he had a rolling door that goes from the top to the bottom. So that's this right here, and it's actually a carpet store. It's like a big building, and on a corner of the building there's a carpet store, and right now I'm inside a carpet store. So what Starfield says that this was the location of the set. This is where they built the interior of the apartment that they could manipulate and move around. So anybody can visit this carpet store. You just go in there and act like you want to purchase a carpet or whatever. You can walk around and you can visit the Christie's apartment. Unbelievable, even today. So I just visited the store, the supermarket next door, just to see what's there adjacent to that corner, and it's a bakery. And what Starfields told me is that it was, back in the day, it was a food court in Big Lots. And they also got some veggie juice, but they changed the design of the label. Yamada arrives to Phoenix from Japan. Scene was filmed on the northern side of the old Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. It's no longer there. The whole airport was redesigned in the 90s. So the place where you see here in this photograph, Yamada, it's no longer there. It doesn't exist anymore. The camera is pointing towards the east, and right next to the back of Yamada, there's a Papago Park. So from over there, I'm gonna zoom in all the way to the airport today. But this is another scene that was cut away, like, because the plot doesn't explain what these three men are all about. So they sent a letter about what and for what. So they sent a letter to Japan so you can come and solve the problem that they have in Phoenix, that some ninja is killing the cops and everybody else. So there's probably some of the scene that was cut out of there. So there's another plot hole. Because the location doesn't exist anymore, I have to use the aerial photographs from 1983 that are available on Maricopa County aerial photography, historic aerial photography. And good thing about it is that it's a really good quality and we can make everything out. So I marked on this photograph where the location was. So I'm sitting where the temple location is or was, and I'm zooming in on the Sky Harbor Airport, northern side of it, and that's where the location was back in 1983. So I'm gonna pan towards the east now. So that's that building that you can see on the back, towards the back of the Yamada on that photograph. I'm zooming out now, and this is where the golf course is and where the that pond is. So pretty much you got like 3 locations in one zoom. Now something extra, I actually drove down all the way to the airport just to say that I was at the location, so you guys won't say, well, why didn't you go there anyway? Well, here I am. I'm at the location, Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, northern side, and this is Terminal 4, I believe. So I'm exiting the airport towards the east, and you can see that building, that's the repair building, American Airlines, and the Papago Park in the distance. That frame there is exactly the same. There was no change done to that frame whatsoever ever since late 1983. Unbelievable. Look at that. So that's where the bullies started bullying that girl over there. And then Christy walks up and confronts them. And then the final fight starts at this exit or entrance that is closest to the sidewalk. So from this angle, she kicks one of the guys and he flies into the wall. Where I'm standing is a sidewalk, so anybody can just walk up to here and look at that spot, that exact spot. So that's the good news when it comes to this location.
Get your hands off of me!
standing at the same spot on sidewalk, just turn the other way and you'll see this building. This location is exclusively found by me, and being overcast day, my belief that this was filmed in Los Angeles, but it wasn't. You can see the train tracks here that are covered by the asphalt. It took me all day long looking around, and I knew south of Central Phoenix there's a train station and old warehouses that have unique roofs. So I looked around, looked all day, and I pretty much gave up after one day. So this gave me a clue right on top of the frame. That building is Wells Fargo building in downtown Phoenix. So that kind of gave me direction where to look. So I looked on Google Streets and I found this, the top of those buildings. And I knew I was close. Only few streets in the whole Phoenix have palms aligned like this. So there's a reason why Ninja 3 Domination movie looks so good, is that they took care about the photography, about the background. They wanted the film to look nice. That's one of the reasons why the movie still looks good. Easiest location to find is the one that has address written on it. It's just a 3-second establishing shot. There is nothing filmed inside of this building. The police station interior was filmed in the actual Phoenix Police headquarters downtown. So I was told most of the scenes are filmed on the last floor where those windows are. But right there. And I'm not going to be able to access that. The building is restricted, but I can access the lobby. As you saw, the establishing shot building was torn down and new one was built, so it looks all different. Hello. Alright, so must display proper. So this is it, guys. Lobby did change a little bit, and as you can see, Christy is walking inside the building and the sun is setting down, and you can see a lot of this in the movie. So what they needed to happen is for the outside light to dim enough to match the interior light. So but then you don't have a lot of time to get all your shots in. You'll maybe have 30 minutes, otherwise one scene will look darker, the other one lighter. Is this for the public? Public access? Okay. No, that's all. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's the lobby. Then Christy follows the cop behind, but the next scene is not here. The next scene is in another city, in Tempe. So I don't know why they did that. Why didn't they just film right here? Instead, they moved the filming to downtown Tempe. Downtown Tempe, now it's a tavern or a bar on Mill Avenue. And those pillars, they used to have a stucco on them. Now they just took that out, so now there are just metal beams, original metal beams. And in the background you can see there's a post office. It's still at the same location. So the sequence goes here and then across the street. This is across the street from this place. And then walks behind him here. They're still here. All these businesses are still here. Then it's gonna cut back again, back to Phoenix, back to downtown Phoenix. This building where the spa was, now it's something else. The building was just renovated. It has a fresh paint on it. It's got some additions to it, so it looks different now. But it's still there. So the only location that director Samuel Firstenberg gave a hint about something more specific was the morgue location or the hospital where these houses are. This is where Pacoima Hospital was. I mean, at the time it was called like that. It was there was the only what Furstenberg said is that that scene, the morgue scene, was filmed in a neighborhood in Los Angeles that is called Pacoima. Fortunately for us, it's a small section of the Los Angeles Incorporated. And there was used to be a hospital right here. Many movies were made in that hospital where these houses are. These houses are built like 2 years ago. Then I was like, okay, so the building is gone. There's no more location. Then I looked like really hard, you know, and I zoomed in. And this is what I found when I matched everything. This is where Yamada jumps from, right here. So there's this house right here. That's the address. And it used to be a hospital right here. All this used to be an old hospital that got demolished back in 89 or something like that. 1989. And this was the section of it that became a section of this new facility. There was also other movies filmed in there, like Terminator 2 scene was also filmed in here. But what I'm saying that the Yamada jumped. There used to be this platform right here. So the Yamada jumps here on this platform, on this dock, then engages one security guard right here, kicks him around, then goes up here, and there's another security guard running up here. So he defeats him, and then he goes into right here where this top is right here. So there's a field right now, right here, but it used to be a building. So this is that ramp. And you can see in this frame, you can see the face of this building right here. And then if you really zoom in, if you get a good resolution image, you can see the bumps right here on this platform where the trucks back up. You can see the rubber stops right here. Look, 1, 2, 3, and you can see that in the frame. And then this was the entrance to the back of the hospital right here where this ramp is. And then there's a shot where Yamada goes into the hospital, and there's a shot where it shows the background. You can see this right here, this paved road with a bunch of dirt in it. And then you cannot see these houses because this house right here was built in 1985. So this was like open field right here. Then the shot goes all the way, and then you can see this hill right here and the canyon right here. You can see all the mountains in this canyon. I was able to find one spot where I can match the mountains. So this is definitely the morgue location, and unfortunately we cannot get to it. This is a hospital. It's gated. You cannot get into it. And then I was looking at these houses when they were sold, and if I can find any images where I can see this location, and I wasn't able to find that. The only way I can come here is with the drone. I don't have the drone. So Yamada pulls out the corpse of the bad ninja, and then has a memory flashback of the fight that happened in Japan and how he lost the eye. And that fight was filmed in Sedona. The only place that has a creek and a tall trees like that is a place well known called Pine Flat Campground. It's a well known location, and it's the only location that has a creek and tall trees all around the creek. So this is where I believe that they made that scene. That's supposed to be also opening scene of the movie, according to Shokosugi. It's supposed to explain some of the things in the movie, but unfortunately, it had to be cut out of the movie. So that is a bummer. But if you zoom in and then look at the images from the from this place, I mean, it's exactly the same. That's the only spot. Everything else is the big desert around Sedona. And then there's a creek. There's some of the scenes that are deleted out of the movie. You can see how Shokosugi's fighting other ninjas, and you can see these boulders like that and the trees and everything. So that's what it is. So Yamada takes the body, puts it in his vehicle, and then drives it all the way to Vast Valley, right here. Drives all the way to up here. Look at that, right here. 663 Thompson Avenue, Canoga Park, California, 91304. So there's a vehicle right there, and the camera is showing this field right here, this open field, and that field is called Chatsworth Nature Preserve. That's what you can see in the background. This is the location of Christie's workplace. It's actually right next to Mill Avenue in Tempe. And the building is gone. It was demolished in 2008. New building is there, but the manhole is still there. Manhole is in front of some barber shop. It's still there. You can walk up to it where the Christie worked at. The sidewalk is still there. The entrance to this parking lot is still there. And I don't know why they needed to travel to Tempe to do this scene instead of just doing it somewhere in Phoenix on some sidewalk. Again, the whole scene was done at sunset, so they really needed to hurry up and do everything at one sunset. They only had like 30 minutes to do all the shots. I guess they're using the natural sunlight softness at sunset. We are back at Portland Street and 5th Avenue. Pool table room fight scene. House is still there, and it was built in 1922, and then it was renovated, and then it was sold in 2022 for $1 million. Unbelievable. I was able to find interior photographs from the sale from a realtor website, and even today from the street you can see into that room when whoever lives in there keeps the blinds open. That's the side of the house where Christie goes in to get rid of that cup. So I'm at the wrong angle. I could not get into that property to get the right angle. So Christie gets in the house on the second floor and then climbs down these stairs into that room where the pool table is at. So obviously the house was renovated, everything's different and new, but the old stuff is still there, like that fireplace is still there and the location of the windows. So you can see the exact angle. Then like I said, if the owner keeps the blinds open and the lights was turned on inside at night, you can see the room from the public street. John LaMotta acted in many Canon movies. Very good actor in my opinion. You can see the layout of the room is similar or exactly the same. And then the window, and you can see the fresh scratches on John LaMotta when he got kicked and then fallen down into that door, and you can actually see when in this frame you can see his back, and those scratches are fresh. Then his double gets blown out of that window. Now in this scene they try to make it look like the sun is coming up. It's early morning, but it's not. it's actually evening, the sun is going down. So there's a lot of that in this movie. It's really difficult to shoot the movie like this because you only limited to short amount of time. The sun sets down and then you got like 1 hour to do all your shootings for that particular day. And then the lighting is going to be way off because you're doing all your shootings, take one, take two, take three. Well, the sun is already went down. So as you can see in this sequence, some of the scenes are darker than the others. And then the camera pans towards the crowd that gathered. The extras, and one of the extras was director Samuel Firstenberg and producer Warmark. There's some few really young extras in this scene, so I wonder if they ever contacted the Ninja 3 Domination Facebook page. When you're extra, one thing you're told is never look at the camera. And who looked at the camera here? Director Samuel Firstenberg. He looked at the camera, and because of that reason, he fired himself from ever being an extra in the movie. All the tall trees are gone. There were tall group of trees right here. Like you can still see the stump of it. Old tall trees right here on this side. This is before and after aerial photographs. So you can see the trees there, and then they're gone. Too bad. So when the ninja or the possessed ninja would run out from over there, and there was a tree right here, and then would catch a branch and get on the tree. Yeah, the trees were cut down 20 years ago. There used to be like tall trees on this side, only on this section. And then from the tree we look down on the cemetery right here somewhere. That's where the two props were laid. And they were laid like right here. There was a one for Warmark and another one for Brown, the smaller one for Brown. This was the exact angle, like this. The Womack prop was right here, made out of plaster, so they blasted that. Christie was behind it, and then the cop was in front of it, and he destroyed it, and another cop destroyed the other prop with his head right here. The cops with the motorcycle, they were just driving around in this narrow road right here. I believe this is the one where he jumps off the tree. The possessed ninja jumps on the two motorcycle cops right here somewhere. Gotta be right here. This was when I was in downtown getting location videos. This is how Phoenix police motorcycles look today. And this is the location where all the cars were parked in the cemetery. Basically, they only used the small section of the cemetery to make all the to do all the filming. They're basically just the central part of it. So Seckard parks his white Fiat behind the van, and then the next scene you don't see the van nor Fiat. Famous warehouse fight scene. It's still here. The building. You can see the oleander cut short, but at the time it was really tall, so they use that where the ninja jumps the fans with the oleander on the back of it. And this building is being sold for $2 million. Can you believe that, guys? It's on sale now for $2 million. Unbelievable. So the fight starts in that warehouse but ends in this house across the street. House is slightly renovated. That was a laundry and now it's an entrance and there's an added roof on top. So they put Yamada in the back of the police cruiser, and then instead of going into the next street and stuff, this scene is filmed like 5 miles north of that location. Location is exclusively found by me. There is enough background for me to locate the location. There's a Camelback Mountain, and all I did is I just went south, looking at the maps and trying to find a neighborhood with these palm trees. There are different species of palm trees than the previous scene. And the reason, I don't know the reason why they did this, but I guess they wanted the film to look good. Great cinematography. That's why this movie still looks good even today. I even tried to locate the car that Seckard drove in the movie. It is 1973 Fiat 850 Spider Sport. And I reached out to local Fiat club, classic Fiat clubs here in Phoenix. So I found a guy that had like 5 of them, and he saw a white one like 10 years ago. They parted it out, so he doesn't know what year it was. So without the VIN number, it's impossible to track it down. This one is 1969, and it looks slightly different, and obviously different color, but he is gonna let me take it for a ride. I just wanted to feel how it feels to drive this kind of car. So that's the name of the hill or the butte on the hiking trail in Papago Park, Little Butte Loop, where the temple prop was installed. And it's a hiking trail, and it's a beautiful hike and park to visit, but only during cool days. Never come here during the summer. So this is the spot where the car will pull up, the police car will pull up, the van, the telephone van, and then you had a prop. You had some like prop here and then the prop up there. Now see, the temple was there, and then at the end of the movie Sho Kosugi runs out and the fight starts right there between those two rocks for like 30 seconds. The fight is right there. Then it transitions to Simi Valley, California. I'm climbing up the temple, man. The prop is gone. You know, it was here, but somebody took it. You know, here in Phoenix, you leave something overnight, the next day it's gone. So it is what it is, man. It's steep to climb. So this was the entrance to the temple. Only the entrance was built here. The rest was done by using film magic. The interior of the temple was done in this building, 3rd Avenue and Latham in Phoenix. Today it's Great Arizona Puppet Theater. From the scenes you can see the shape of those windows. I didn't go inside the building, but I found this photograph from their Facebook page, and you can see that window up there in the photograph. And where that lady is standing is where the dead ninja corpse was laying in the movie scene. I was told that this was the location of the last scene filmed in Phoenix, so this will be February of 1984. But then, Sho Kosugi runs out at the end of the movie, runs out, and the other bad ninja, and then the fight starts here for 30 seconds, so like right here. It's a tough hike. This other ninja tries to go up the mountain, and then Sho Kosugi follows him, and you can see this shot. Right there. Right there, you can see that. This angle, he tries to go up there. So the entire final fight was filmed here in Papago Park at this location. As you can see, Lucinda has her natural hair and she's looking up. Two ninjas fighting on top of the butte, and in the background you can see the rock. It is a sand rock, petrified sand, and that is in Papago Park. She claims the entire ending was filmed in Papago Park in Phoenix, and she kills the ninja and she becomes the ninja. But then they didn't like that in editing, so they call her to reshoot it again in a place called Canoga Park between Simi Valley and the San Fernando Valley in California. So this is again her natural hair. She doesn't have a wig on, and this is in Phoenix, obviously. I did try to ask Shmulik about this, but he wasn't answering me, so I asked John, who is active in the Facebook group, and he was able to get in contact with Shmulik about this scene. Well, I can prove right now that the entire fight scene was not all filmed over there in Simi Valley. Lucinda has a different recollection, and these images prove it, and the frames from the actual movie prove that. Just because some person was there and it's his work doesn't mean that he remembers everything in detail. Like, it's been so many years and he's an old man now, and the memories get twisted. Final Fight reshoot location was the most difficult to find. It is exclusively found by me. It took me 3 days to find it. And there was a person before me that was looking for it just because the Shmulik said he was Simi Valley. Stevie from England that runs a Instagram page, Ninja 3 The Domination, was looking for the location for a while all around Simi Valley, and I took over, and I looked throughout the whole Simi Valley location. I was like, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it, but I saw that the rocks, those limestone rocks, are on the eastern edge of the Simi Valley. Then I looked around and looked some of the videos, some of the hikers' videos, and I kind of suspect he was on the southeastern edge of the Simi Valley, basically bordering northwest edge of the San Fernando Valley. The open field behind Shokusugi is called Chatsworth Nature Preserve. Bad news, the studio road is all private. It's all fenced off. You cannot get to this location at all unless you live there, unfortunately. But I was able to find this real estate video to show you the location. So the last moment in the movie is Yamada walking into the sunset, and the credit starts rolling. I think he was walking up that edge right there, and then the background you can see the South mountain range, south of Phoenix, obviously. I was unable to get that particular frame because they used the crane, and I could not get over there to just show you how it all looks. Thank you for watching my locations video for this movie. Stay tuned. I'm going to add some deleted scenes and some of the media that I have on this movie in my opinions. This video got pretty long. I'm trying to make it as short as possible. Try to be like Menahem Golan, cut it down to an hour and a half. So this is the reason this movie became a hit in 1983. So Menahem Golan or Globus saw this and said, okay, we're just gonna copy some of the ideas from this movie, Flashdance, and we're gonna implement it to Ninja 3, the domination. It's gonna be the female, it's gonna be like her, somebody that looks like her. Look at that. They're trying to find somebody that looks like her, and they did found Lucinda, and I think Lucinda is cuter actually than this girl. And Lucinda said that she went to audition for this movie, didn't win it. And then if you watch the Flashdance movie, you'll see that actually Lucinda Dickey was a better choice in my opinion. She looks better, dance better, everything. But in Hollywood at the time, you gotta do more. You gotta do some extracurricular activities, you know, outside of things, you know. You gotta be with the nasty guys over there, do some things in order to get promoted. So it is what it is, you know. But as you can see, these pictures, they try to look at, they try to make Lucinda in the Ninja 3 Domination look like her. You know, they did the hair, and look at this, the way she dresses. The when Lucinda is climbing up the pole, the telephone pole, exactly the same clothing, you know. So they try to copy as much as possible. And this actor, also, they try to make Bennett look like that actor. Actually, they look very similar. So they did a lot of things. You know, they try to copy a lot of things out of this movie in order to. I mean, their belief was, you know, if they copy enough from the Flashdance, the Ninja 3 Domination was going to be a successful movie. But when you see it, when you see this, so this is the VHS tape from 1985, obviously. But this is also was the poster, the movie poster when you go to theater. That's the poster that you see. And what the problem is with that is like the movie target audience is for the men, young men, from like 8 to 25, you know. So if you're a young man and you see this, is like, hey man, you know, do I want to see this? Do I want to pay to see this? She looks like my school teacher, and she's got a sword, you know. I don't know. This looks cheesy. So I think that's one of the reasons why the movie didn't do as well. It didn't flop. It actually made money, but the cover, I don't think the cover, you know. So the when I'm gone, was thinking, hey, you know, if these guys, if the people that went to see this movie is gonna go, you know, I'm gonna get those people to watch this movie because I'm gonna make it similar enough. But this is a romantic comedy or romantic drama. It's a musical romantic drama. You know, you're not gonna. The people that went to see this movie are women, are women, and the couples. You know, the young couples and women. You know, the audience from this movie not gonna go to see this movie, obviously. And the reason why Ninja, American Ninja did well, you see that, you know, that's the poster movie. When I'm going with my dad and hey dad, let's go see a good movie, and I see this, is like, man, damn, look at that. Wow, I want to see. I want to be that guy, you know, and then that's why the American Ninja was successful. Even though, in my opinion, it's not as good movie as Ninja 3 Domination. Ninja 3 Domination is a masterpiece, in my opinion, and American Ninja is just a regular action flick. Now let's talk about the VHS. So the VHS came out in early in 1985, and whoever remembers that era, the VHS tape was like expensive. It was like $80 back in the day. So that's like equivalent to like $250 in today's money, you know. So it comes in this clamshell, and then this is the 1985 print, and then MGM made another print in 1990. So it's not that the movie went obscure somewhere and never seen again. It was out there. So this came out in 1985, the VHS, and then I saw it on HBO in 1986. I remember seeing it on the cable in 1986, and back then you had to be at least middle class or richer to have a cable and a VCR. It was a big deal to own a VCR in 1986, believe me. So I acquired this VHS tape locally from the thrift store a while back. This was the rental. It was the local rental store in Tempe, and you can see the phone number. It doesn't have the 602 before that. This means that this sticker is prior to 1998. So this was a rental in that store, and then you can see the different sticker when that business was sold in another video mom and pop store. So now you got a 602. So this is later. This is probably 98, 99 and later sticker, and it's a rental, man. So this was out there in the video store for such a long time, and a lot of people saw it. And the videotape is not worn out. Unbelievable quality. And this one is made in Japan, actually. VHS and Betamax is the only physical media that came out in 1985 for this movie. This is the Laserdisc, and this came out in Japan. Maybe Europe also, but I know for sure Japan. And you get it, this big art, high quality print. The pictures on the back of it are actually screenshots from the movie. In Japanese, of course, and I'm surprised that it's mono. It's not a stereo. That's the company that was a maker in Japan of this Laserdisc. That's the actual disc, and it also says mono for the audio. And bad news is that it has a disc rot. That is when the glue inside of the disc that bonds two halves degrades over time, and then you can see it in the picture. It's going to have a lot of noise. I'm going to show you that right now. This is why I was able to find that Laserdisc for cheap, because of this noise, the Laserdisc rot. And basically, if you ever owned a analog satellite dish back in the 80s and you have a bad reception on the satellite dish, it's going to look like that. It's going to be like a disc rot, a bunch of noise. But Laserdisc quality is really close to DVD. It's going to have Japanese subtitles, and this is the video game bouncer that nobody can find it. It's like even the ROMs, nobody can find the ROMs. Some guy was offering a lot of money to at least find the ROMs so they can duplicate the video game, and nobody can find the cabinet nor the ROMs for that game. So it's lost forever. Then when you buy the VHS tape, that early print from 1985, you got a bigger, see, you can see the legs. It's a bigger photograph in a high quality. Look at that. You get the piece of art. And then right here, this is the later version. You don't see the legs. You know, that's why I like this early version anyway. But the poster, this should be the poster, you know, back in the day. This would be the poster. So the DVD came out in 2013, DVD Blu-ray combo. Then this came out, this collector edition. Few years later, then we got the UHD. Basically, the UHD, like, there's a lot of film grain. You gotta mess with your TV settings. You gotta have like a Nora TV and mess with the settings in order to look better than the Blu-ray. There's not a lot of difference. And the reason why I bought Ultra HD, in order to, when I was looking for locations, maybe because it's Ultra HD, I can read some of the backgrounds and the street numbers and names, and I couldn't. There's nothing. There's no more detail in a 4K Ultra HD than a Blu-ray. One thing that I don't like about these later releases, they did not include the full frame of the movie. So these are the widescreens. And the VHS tape is full frame. And full frame, you actually get more of a frame of a 35 millimeter, original 35 millimeter. So if you watch the VHS tape and you pause at the same scene, then these theatrical release widescreens, you'll actually see more of a frame in the VHS tape. So I don't know why they didn't include the high definition full frame scan of the 35 millimeter later, if it's collector edition. So I'm recording the screens on my television set watching VHS, and it's watchable. The whole VHS tape is watchable, even though it was a rental for 20 years, and the VHS tape is like 41 or 42 years old. Unbelievable. Here's the laser disc again. Comparison.
Yeah, okay. Look, Miss Ryder, you may go now. You keep in touch. Alright?
Here's the VHS again.
Look, Miss Ryder, you may go now. You keep in touch.
Here's the frame from Blu-ray. And here's the frame from VHS. And as you can see more of a neck, and you can see her full hairline, actual hair. So again, frame from the Blu-ray, and then frame from the VHS. And in the frame from VHS, you can actually see her pouch, the work pouch, more of it. That's what I was talking about. Then these are the pictures on the back of the media. So these two frames, they're not even in the movie. Like that is promotional. This is promotional in a studio. And then this scene was cut out of the movie. And it's on the back of the VHS tape. So we got this later version. And then the Ultra HD version, of which again we get the same frame of the scene that was cut out of the movie. And obviously this is in the movie.
You need something? Is there a reason why you're shooting cameras over there?
Yeah, there's a reason.
Okay. Do you need any help with anything?
No.
Hey! Hello? Hello? You can't take pictures here, sir. You cannot take pictures here. Did you not hear me? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm first shift supervisor, security.
Yeah,
Why are you
so
taking
what?
pic- Why
So
are you
what?
taking pictures here?
Is your security here in the public?
No, but you got
Sidewalk?
the camera turned this way.
You can't trespass my eyes.
I know how to call the cops.
No, don't call the cops.
I know how to do that. Leave problems.
Educate her. Tell her about the First Amendment. Educate her. What's wrong?
Sir, who are you?
Who are you? Who are you? I'm on a public sidewalk. What?
We're with the federal government. That's why we want to know.
It doesn't matter. I'm on a public
Yeah,
sidewalk.
but when you turn your camera on,
I have a First Amendment right for
not to film the
photography.
federal bit. No, you don't, sir. No, you don't.
Oh, I don't?
No, you do not, sir. Sorry. When you're filming federal property, it's the issue. We want to know who you are. You have to identify yourself.
No, I don't have to do
Mr.
anything.
Raymond, go ahead and call 911.
No, call the cops. Call the cops.
That's what we're going to do.
I hope you liked my video. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.